Good morning, everyone. Parsha Tzav. Also, this week is Chag Pesach. We're going to say something from the Parsha and also on the Chag. And the busy Friday, we're going to go get ready for Shabbat, HaKadol, and Chag Pesach with Hashem. So, our friend, it brings down from Rav Moshe Cordovero. It's a Shela Kadosh. Shela was a very famous book. He writes in the name of Rav Moshe Cordovero that once he heard from an elder Jew, which means Eliyahu Navi, he told him a secret. He said, if you want bad thoughts to be removed from your mind, you want to have a clear brain, clear mind, not to have bad thoughts, there's a pasuk in the sixth parasha. Keep saying it. What's the pasuk? Pasuk says, Esh tamid tukad al hamizbeach lo tichbe. Esh tamid means a constant fire should burn on the mizbeach, on an altar, lo tichbe. Should never ever be distinguished. So the constant fire on the mizbeach. So the Gemara talks about how many different piles of fire they had on the altar. Machlit 4 or 5, it depends how you read the Pesukim in the sixth parasha. But one fire was always there. That's called Esh Tamid, constant fire. So Rabbi Moshe Cordovero says that based on this Esh Tamid, it should be a constant fire, never ever should be extinguished. It says that so why is that a good segula? Why is that a good secret to remove bad thoughts from your mind? What does that pasuk have to do with bad thoughts? So Rabbeinu B'Chaye, another very famous sefer, says that there's a pasuk in Mishle that Shlomo HaMelech says, don't be too comfortable in your friend's house because you don't want to get in bad relationship. Which means if you go to your friends too often, things go bad. Go once in a while. Don't get too comfortable with your friend. It's better for your relationship, right? So when you visit somebody too often, people get discomfortable. You go once in a while, you're very welcome. People welcome you. But you go every day, twice a day, 3 times a day, it's enough. That's what the Mishnah says. So Rabbi Moshe Cordovero says that so Rabbi B'Chaye says that the Gemara in Chayga says that's also talking about Bet HaMikdash. If you don't go to Bet HaMikdash too often, that's a good sign. If you go to Bet HaMikdash too many times, something is wrong. What does that mean? So Gemara says, why does a person go to Bet HaMikdash too often? Because he has to bring sin offering, Korban Chatat. He did something wrong, he regrets, so I'll go to Bet HaMikdash, bring a Korban, Hashem will forgive. Next day, another one. This guy feels very comfortable. Doesn't bother him anymore. Bad idea, says Shalom Melech. If you go once in a while, that's a good method. If you go every day or twice a day. However, says the Gemara, if someone is bringing a Olah offering, Korban Olah, a burn offering, that's a good thing to go. You go every day, that's fine. But Korban Chatat, once in a while. So Rabbi Chaye says, what's the difference between Olah offering and sin offering? If you do something wrong, then you bring a Korban. So, he says Korban Chatat, the sin offering, you are bringing it because you violated a very big sin unintentionally. Somebody broke Shabbat, he ate something he was not supposed to eat. He broke Yom Kippur. Something he shouldn't have been done. He did it. That's korban chatat. Why did people bring korban olah? Korban olah, it says that unbeliever people will bring it only if they had a bad thought in their mind, improper thoughts. So Rabbi says for improper thoughts, almost impossible to avoid it. Very, very hard to avoid it. So you could bring it every day. That's fine. The more you bring it, Hashem likes it. You're trying to control your thinking. So it says that the Korban Olah was to be burnt all night. They would burn it all night. Too many, so they would bring it during the day.
I will tell you, this Korban Olah, the Kohanim brought it, or regular people were not to.
Regular people, Kohen would do the job for them, but people would bring it. But no one would eat from it. Either Korban Olah, Korban Chatat, everything will be burnt, right? But Korban Olah will be burnt all night. Rabbi Chaya says, you know why? But at night, more of a time to have bad thoughts. So they would burn the whole the korban during the night. So that's why he says, tell Aaron and his children, hiya olah al mukda al mizbech kol halayla al boker. All night till the morning, they should burn the korban. So that's why Hanavi said to the guy, to Rabbi Moshe Cordovero, you know why it's a good idea to get rid of, when I give you the secret to get rid of your bad thoughts? Say this pasuk. The person says, when we learn the Torah of sacrifices, as if you're bringing the sacrifices, right? When you're actually serving the sacrifice, Hashem will help you more to get rid of the bad thoughts. Because that sacrifice, Olah sacrifice, was meant for bad thoughts. So that's why it was kept all night. So I saw in Ben Ish Chai too. Ben Ish Chai says the same idea. He says, whenever a bad thought is coming to your mind, keep saying this pasuk. Hashem will help you to get rid of the bad, the bad intention or the bad thoughts. So it was something that Eliyahu Navi revealed to Rav Moshe Cordovero. If bad thoughts come to your mind, especially nowadays, the challenge is even higher. We live in a very free society, so a person should be more careful to keep his mind focused and not, let bad thoughts come to his mind. Especially as it's getting warmer and warmer the weather outside. The way the ladies dress is less dress and less dress. So a person should be more careful, should be more mindful. One more thought on the Parsha is a beautiful idea. It says that there was something called Korban Shelamim. Korban Shelamim that you just bring as a peace offering. You want to thank Hashem. There are different types of Korban Shelamim. But somebody just said, did you have any bad thoughts? No. Did you break Shabbat? No. But just also, I want to bring a Korban. Great. That's Korban Shelamim. You get a piece, the Kohen gets a piece, and Mizbeach would get a piece to be burnt. But Gemara says there's another subcategory of Shelamim. It's called Korban Todah. That's a thanks offering, Thanksgiving offering. Somebody feels like, I owe to Hashem something. So nowadays we say Bikat Gomel, right? If you go on a journey, right? Chas v'shalom, somebody was sick, he was in bed for a couple of days, or someone was jailed. When they come out, they have to make a bracha. That's Korban Todah that we had in time of Beit HaMikdash. So Torah increases amount of the amount of bread that you have to bring with Korban Todah, right? But decreases the day, the timeline that you can eat it.
between Shalom and Torah.
Right. So I think there were extra 40 pieces of bread, these big loaves of bread that you have to bring, different types. One was thin, one was thick.
Torah or for both?
Korban Toda for 40. Regular, this is 10, but Korban Toda was 40. So Sifon says a beautiful idea. He says, why did Hashem tell you to bring more bread, right? And less time. Meaning you have only one day and one night to eat it. That's a very limited time for so much bread and so little time. So this is Sifon Rabot Alecha Yitfarsim Hanes Le'ochlim Rabim. When you have more bread and you have to finish it up, you have to invite your friends, right? And what happens when you invite your friends? You tell them, Hashem, I owe Hashem something. Why? Hashem saved me, made a miracle for me. I went on a boat, on a journey, on a trip. Everything went well. Chas v'shalom, someone was sick. He's better now. So Torah wants us to publicize good things that happen to us. Right? You have to be grateful for what we have and tell other people, we are so happy. Baruch Hashem, Hashem has blessed me. This idea, I think, unfortunately gets forgotten very often, meaning that we are blessed a lot. We have a lot of things to be thankful to Hashem for. If I ask, how are you doing? Could have been better. We would have been better. All will be better. Best right now. Tell people how lucky you are. But unfortunately, people don't look at that angle at all. Or very little. Or they keep forgetting. Or a little bad thing. We just we finished Purim. A very, very important lesson we learned from Purim is the whole idea of Haman, who comes from Tzav. They have the same personality. The Torah says that they're very ungrateful what they had. There's so much, they always focus on something they don't have. Haman had 10 kids. Remember, 10, many, 30, some say 40, 80, who knows? 10 sons only died one shot. He had a wife, 10 sons, minimum, many. Some say 200 sons. And he had so much power, so much money. He gave away so much money. All he was upset is Mordechai doesn't bow down. Who cares? One person doesn't bow down to you, you kill yourself because of that one person. But that's unfortunately, what we are. Right? Esau was upset that Yaakov has so much. I have a lot, but I don't have everything. You don't have to have everything. But you have a lot. Yaakov said, I have everything. Yaakov had nothing compared to Esau. Gemara says, Haman comes from the word in Torah, Hamin. Right? That's what Gemara says. Hamin, Hashem told Adam Harishon, did you eat from this tree? So Hamin is Haman. Gemara says, Adam Harishon had all the trees that he could eat from. Thousands of trees. One tree I told you not to eat. You have to eat from that tree. You have so upset about that tree you don't get. And that's unfortunately the opposite of Korban Toda. We don't publicize what we have. You don't have to go around and show off people. Oh, I have this, I have that. But the person should be our inner happiness, what we have, not be upset that we don't have. Right? How are you doing? Baruch Hashem, I have a house to sleep in tonight. Thank God I have a bed I can go, use tonight. Some people don't have it. Baruch Hashem, I have it. I have a car to drive. I'm happy. I want to bless Hashem. Some people have a more expensive car than me. Some people don't have a car. The person could be upset that I don't have that fancy car that came out a few weeks ago. My friend got it, somebody else got it. So we be thankful, Baruch Hashem, have something to use and drive around, do my needs. Some people don't even have a car. Everything in life, health, money, whatever you have, family, whatever you have, either a person could be thankful or be upset. Hashem wants us to be very thankful what we have, and even let people know that I'm very thankful, I'm very blessed. Baruch Hashem. Famous word, every morning we wake up and say, thank you Hashem. As we wake up saying, thank you Hashem. The fact that I'm alive, right, we have to thank Hashem. The Gemara says, people complain. There's a pasuk in Kiddushin says that Ma'itun Adam v'chai. The Gemara says, Hashem says, why people complain? They're alive. What are you complaining about? You're alive. The fact that you're alive, you have no reason to complain. Unfortunately, you see some people that are so always upset, in a bad mood. Why? Because they have a sense of entitlement. I have to have it. Who said you have to have it? Why did it happen to me? Oh, my family deserves the best. I'm sure you deserve the best, but sometimes there's a sense of entitlement that they're never grateful, always upset. This happened to me, to my wife, to my kids, to my mother, to my father. Moshe Rabbeinu also went through hardship. Everyone went through hardship. Everyone went through hardship. You're upset more than anybody else. You're better than Moshe Rabbeinu. You're better than Eliyahu Hanavi. What was so upset about it? But that's the mindset. They're not grateful for what they have. It's very, very important. A person should always feel grateful, right? Now let's go to Pesach. Pesach, we have the one thing that's the most repeated in Torah is Yetziat Mitzrayim, Exodus. Same thing more than Pesach, more than Shabbat. No, Shabbat is also many times. Right, Shabbat is connected to Yetziat Mitzrayim, but the most repeated, first of all, Shabbat is the creation of the world, very important. Then we have it always. Next time talk about Shabbat is 10 Commandments, right? And the Torah repeats many times, keep Shabbat. My Shabbat is Kodesh. But Yetziat Mitzrayim, we have a whole Parsha after Parsha after Parsha talking about it. And then throughout the Torah, in Vayikra, Bamidbar, Devarim, talks about Yetziat Mitzrayim so many times. Exodus is very, very important. So which text did Chachamim choose to talk about it on the night of Pesach? There's so much to talk about. The whole Haggadah is based on few verses. Where does the verse come from? The verse comes from in Devarim, Parshat Kitavo, which is Bikurim. Bikurim is a mitzvah that if you have a garden of trees, you have to bring the first of your fruits to Beit HaMikdash. So the 7 kinds of fruits of Israel, you have to bring it to Beit HaMikdash. Every summer, you're supposed to bring it. So over there it says, before you bring it, you have to say a whole proclamation. You have to say a whole passage you have to announce. That passage is one we read in Haggadah. We say, Hashem, our forefathers went to Egypt. They give us a hard time. And then he sent us Moshe Rabbeinu. Baruch Hashem, he saved us. We came to this land, and we have fruits. That's what the basically the idea of that passage is, Bikurim. So the idea. So why did Hashem choose that? Why did Chachamim choose that part of? Out of all the part of Torah, Chachamim chose the specific paragraph to be Haggadah part. Could have picked, Parshat Bo, Parshat Beshalach, Parshat Bo'era. There's so much there to choose from to talk about Haggadah. We do talk about the 10 plagues, but the main text of Haggadah is from Bikurim. I think the first time I heard it from Rabbi Chaim, he said that, you see, for us, gratitude is so important, appreciation is so important. That's what Chachamim picked. Bikurim is appreciation to Hashem. We are thanking Hashem for giving me the garden, the land, but we backdate it all the way back to Egypt. That's where we started. We were nobody, we were a bunch of workers, we were illegal immigrants in Egypt for many years and worked very hard, and they kicked us out. They didn't want us. And Hashem took us, but that was a very bad memory of Egypt. It shows us, when you're sitting on the night of Pesach, see, I have this, I have that, I'm entitled to have everything. We are nobody. And Hashem saved us out of Egypt. Right? So be grateful. Be grateful. If a person has that mindset of I don't deserve it, Hashem is giving me anyways, we're so happy. Anything we get in our life, any relationship. If you feel entitled to something, I have to have it, my wife has to provide it, or my husband has to provide it, and they provide it, okay, you did your duty. There's no appreciation, there's no gratitude. So, I didn't expect it. Oh, wow, that's another bonus. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You are grateful. Baruch Hashem, we are used to too many good things on a daily basis, on a constant basis. We don't appreciate it. My wife has to do this, my husband has to do this, my parents have to do this, my kids everyone has to do what they have to do. What's there to appreciate? We're upset about something we don't have always. That's came from Esau, come from Adam Harishon, that we have so much and we don't appreciate it. You have to tell other people how grateful you are. Successful surgery, say Hashem, thank you. Share it with other people. You went on a trip and came back, everything went well, thank you. Let people know that you are grateful to Hashem. It makes your life so much more, happy and just more rich life than unfortunately we are so upset all the time. We forget the focus what we have. Unfortunately, we focus on things that we don't have. One last thought on Pesach. So we know Pesach is probably the most important holiday of our Jewish nation. Everything begins from Pesach, right? All our emunah in Hashem really comes from Pesach. But we know that there were 10 plagues that happened in Egypt. Pesach is based on the last plague, Makat Bechorot, plague of the firstborn. Why is the firstborn so important, right? Why not the other 9? We don't have a holiday for blood. We don't have a holiday for frogs, lice.
That's what Hashem chose.
So why is it that? So Mefarshim say obviously all 10 plagues were for Jews, not for was to benefit the Jews, but to destroy the enemy, right? The Egyptians. So blood applied only to Egyptians, right? Kinim, Aro, whatever bad things came, only for Egyptians. Never came to Jewish homes or Jewish territory, Jewish belongings. So Hashem was showing a lot of favor to us, but we don't celebrate them. We'll see with the last one. Some of Hashem answer, because the last one is the one that finished the job. We were only freed after the last one. So that became more important. Hashem made that more important because after the blood didn't go out, after even the choshech didn't go out. So where did you go out? After the firstborn. So it's Makiva practice, the last punch. We celebrate the last punch. Some of Hashem answer that all other 9 plagues were done by angels, right? But the last one, we read in the Haggadah, Ani Hashem, I'm Hashem. Hashem said, I want to do it. Not the Saraf, not the angels of the highest level, not the angels of the lowest level. Hashem said, I don't want anybody else to do it. I do it only me. So now the question is, why did Hashem want to do it himself? Why not the other 9? Right? If Hashem wants to do it, get involved himself, not send angels, agents, he could do the choshech himself, he could do the arv himself, he could do the blood himself. Why did he pick on the last one? Right? Obviously, everything was by Hashem, but Hashem has a system that doesn't go do it himself directly. He has malachim. Right? He sends his angels to do it. Even when a war breaks out, Hashem doesn't get involved in a war. Hashem has a malach of war, malach of rain, malach of prosperity, malach of destruction. Hashem has malach for everything. Right? He uses his names and he sends malachim. Why? But Makat Bechorot, Hashem, insisted that it should be me and nobody else. So why not the other ones? So my Rabbi Min said that when Hashem, all in the beginning, in Parshat Shemot, appeared to Moshe and he said, I want to send you to bring the Jews out. A couple of days back and forth between Moshe and Hashem. In the end, Hashem said, Moshe, go. Stop negotiating. I want you to go and go. But he said something to Moshe all the way in the beginning. He said, go tell Paro, Kol Hashem, Beni Bechori Israel. Go tell Paro that my firstborn is the Jews. Either you send my nation out, but if you prevent and don't send them out, I'll kill your firstborn. And Anochi Choreg Bincha Bechorecha. What did Hashem tell Moshe in the beginning? That I want you to know, the Jewish nation is my Bechor, my very special, very different. So that's why Hashem killed their firstborn, not the only fathers. Firstborn. Got tit for that. Right? You killed my firstborn, I kill your firstborn. Who is your firstborn? God. All the Jews. So Chag Pesach, because Hashem was taking revenge from their firstborn, is more special to him, to Hashem, because it shows the uniqueness of Jews. When we celebrate Chag Pesach, it's not only like, another holiday. By the way, we had a lot of good things in Jewish calendar for many, many years. We learn in Masechet Rosh Hashanah, we don't follow all of them. Only the holiday that stay forever, right? Their hashpa'ah, their influence, right? The energy comes forever. That's something that we have in our calendar. Always we celebrate them. So why? So Pesach is so special. Hashem shows that you as a nation are different than everybody else. I want to do it myself. The other 9 was not involved in Bechor, the firstborn. I didn't care. Angels could do it. But the last one that has to do with the Jewish Bechor, the Jewish nation and the Bechor that represent Jews to Hashem, I do it myself. So when we do, with Hashem tomorrow afternoon, studying Chag Pesach, it shows our special connection to Hashem, right? Our closest, Karov. We are very close to Hashem. Nobody else is. Nobody else is, right? You work harder for it. You have to clean. You have to shop. You have to hold seder, everything. But it's a uniqueness of us. Every mitzvah make us unique. But this Pesach, because Hashem got involved himself to kill the firstborn of Egyptians and save the Jewish firstborn, just to show how important we are, how close, how different we are, right? We say in prayer, "Ata bechartanu mikol ha'amim." Right? We said before that. How did Hashem choose? What holiday is the chosen nation? It's Pesach, right? Because He chose us. He said, "You are so important to me that I take you out." Ahavta otanu. You loved us. When you love somebody, you give a present, right? That's the Torah. Next holiday, Shavuot. Ahavta otanu. Rasita banu. And then you were very happy with us. When you're happy with somebody, you bring protection, right? You make a house. That's Chag HaSukkot. That Hashem protected with the clouds. But Bechartanu, Hashem, you chose us. When is the picking, the choosing stage? It's tomorrow night, Chag Pesach. That's Chag Pesach makes the Jewish nation very different than other nations. Hashem chose the Jews, and it's Beni Bechori, Bincha Bechorecha. Be careful. Beni Bechori Israel. My firstborn is the Jews. We have to live it. We have to show it. We have to teach our kids that we are very special. We are the chosen. We are the firstborn of Hashem. We are very, very special. Shabbat Shalom and Chag Sameach. Shabbat Shalom, Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach.
See you.